In today's video, we are going to look at what is known as mental mathematics. This is carrying out some kind of arithmetic without using a calculator. Now, if we look at our letter A, we have 20 times 13. Now, the instruction, we are told that we should not use a calculator. We should only do it mentally. I believe you learned this in grade 8. This actually can help you, especially when you are not in a position of a calculator, but you want to carry out some simple calculations. Now, in a case here, we have 20 times 13. It looks very big. You may not recall the multiples of 20 or the multiples of 13, but there's an easier way where you can on how you can actually get the answer here. Now, the method that I use here, I take 2 and then I multiply by 1. The first digit here, I multiply with the first digit on the other number. 2 times 1, I get 2. Let me write it this side. And then I also multiply 0, the second digit, times 3, which is the second digit on the other number. I'll get 0. I can write that number here. Notice that I'm leaving space in between here for a reason. Now, to finish the calculation, what I do, I multiply 0 times 1 to get 0. And then I multiply 2 times 3 to get 6. So these two numbers, I have to add them. If I add these two numbers, I get 6. So what I do with this number, I bring it in the middle. Therefore, the answer to that calculation is 260. You can confirm that on a calculator. Let's look at letter B. We have 24 times 32. If you look at this number, it's quite big. We still have to use a shorter method. Actually, there are actually a lot of methods that one can use to work out the product here, but I choose this one because I find it very easy. The first step, I multiply the first digit with that. 2 times 3, I get 6. And then 4 times 2, I get 8. Notice I'm still leaving a space here, and what I do, I multiply 4 and 3 to get 12, and then I multiply 2 and 2 to get 4. Now here I have to add these 2 to get 16. Now this is a bit different from what I had here. Here I only had one number, so I just put it in the middle. Now here I have a 2-digit number. So what I do, I only write the 6 in the middle here. And the 1, I carry it somewhere there. Then I have 1 plus 6, I have 7, 6, 8. So 24 times 32 is equal to 768. You can still confirm that with your calculator. The next one, I have 36 times 11. This one should be very easy. We are still going to use the same strategy. 3 times 1, I have 3. 6 times 1, I have 6. What I do, I just add these two numbers, because when I multiply 6 and 1, I get 6. 3 times 1, I get 3. So 3 plus 6, I get 9. I write it in the middle. You can still confirm that with your calculator. Now we can move on, but before we move on, what if we had, let's say, a number like 16 times 4? How do we get the product there? Of course, some people may be very fast to get the product, but what I do here, I will double 16. I will double 16, and then I will have 4. If I double 16, I get 32 times, if I have 4, I get 2. And this should be easy for me to multiply. This will give me 64. But if I have to work it straight from here, it might be a little bit difficult. But the moment I double the other number and the other one I also have it, then it becomes easy for me to actually do the calculation. Now we can move on to decimal numbers. Now sometimes you may get a decimal number that you need to multiply with a whole number. Now in our case here we have 0.2 times 4. When we work with decimals, sometimes it becomes a little bit difficult since we are not using a calculator. But the other strategy that one can use, we ignore the 0 and the comma or the full stop. So we only take 2. We take 2 times 4 so that we can get 8. Now, once we get 8, 8 is not the answer. We look at our number here. This number is to 1 decimal place. So we have to write this number to 1 decimal place by writing 0.8, and that is the answer. Let's move on to this one, letter E, where we have a decimal number that we are dividing by a whole number. Now, when we are dividing, we still use the same approach. What we are going to do here, we only take 27 and then we have to divide by 3. When we do that, we get 9. But 9 is not the answer. We are dividing a very small number by a very big number. So we cannot get a big number. We should get a very small number. So in this case, this number here is to 2 decimal place. So we should write our answer to 2 decimal place. Therefore it will be 0.09. And that is the answer. You can confirm these calculations with your calculator. The last one, we have 2.4. We are dividing by 4. Again, we ignore the comma here and then we only write 24, and then we divide this 24 by 4. Now you can ask yourself, what number can we multiply 4 with to give us 24? And that number should be 6. But keeping in mind our number here is to 1 decimal place, therefore the answer should be to 1 decimal place as well. Then you are going to write 0.6. You can confirm that again with your calculator. If the answers are correct, then you can also master the strategy, so you can actually solve calculations without a calculator. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe for more videos, and you can also share the videos with others.